Hey, I'm Jake.
I'm Christine.
And it's time for another sequel episode where we watch and review the trailer that's for a sequel to a movie's trailer that we already reviewed. This is the trailer for Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2.
He's back.
Did you do it? Is he dead? Or is he
by breaking all the rules. It's Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. Santa's back, and he's mighty miffed at the naughty knock who drove his demented brother on a murderous rampage that made headlines across the country. Now, step by step, weapon by weapon, victim by victim, Santa's gonna finish what his brother started. So you better watch out. You better not pout, because Santa Claus is coming to your town. And he knows who's been naughty and who's been nice. Hold on tight for the sequel that'll chill you through your very soul. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2.
Oh, God.
I remember how traumatized you were when we reviewed the first film's trailer.
Yeah, this one doesn't look as intense.
It isn't. The Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, it's an interesting one. The first one actually is a legitimately good horror film.
Yeah.
It has some ridiculousness, but it also was genuinely scary at times and disturbing with a whole lot of psychological stuff going on.
Like, ugh. This seems tamer.
This sequel, it was one of those sequels that were made just to cash in on the first film.
Mm-hmm.
And it came about because the director of the original, or the producer, thought the first film could use an extra scene or two. So they brought in some editors to shoot a few new scenes and work them in. And then somewhere along the line they got the idea to make a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And they went about it in one of the cheapest ways possible. The sequel is a little over 80 minutes, and over half of that running time, that's almost 40 minutes, is comprised of scenes from the first film. Yeah.
What?
The main character in this film is the brother of the killer from the first movie. The first half of this film, well actually most of the film, is just this disturbed little cocksucker talking with a tight-assed psychologist, relaying his family history, most of which is about his brother. So we pretty much get like a 30-minute version of the first film, told in flashback. That's their way of saving time. Just replay the first film and have someone cut to somebody talking in a holding cell occasionally, and you got a movie. And then the second half, we get more original footage. And interestingly enough, the original footage, like new scenes that were filmed, actually are pretty well made. And I could see a possible good film in there, but all the archive from the first film just hurts any chance of taking it seriously. Yeah. That and the fact that the guy who plays the killer in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is a horrible fucking actor. I mean...
He looks very, like, dead in the face. Like, no, I mean...
No, all the footage you saw here, with the exception of maybe that umbrella impalement, even in the trailer, almost everything here is from the first fucking movie. Jesus, how fucking lazy can you get? And the actor they got to play the brother of the killer from the first film, Eric Freeman, his acting is so awful that my grandfather is a better actor than him, and he can't...
Your grandfather's a great actor.
Well, when he doesn't have to talk. I made a short film with my grandfather as the main star.
Check it out. It's down here.
Check out my channel. It's one of the first videos you'll see, Break and Escape, and people say he's good, and I think that's because I didn't give him that many lines.
Except from some great ones.
He says one word, and the reason I didn't give him that many is because he's not very good at delivering, but even he could do better than Eric Freeman. Like, here's a very, very famous clip that has been like an internet meme for the past decade, and it's the quickest thing I can get to right now, but
Perfect.
Watch.
Garbage day! No!
Do you see what I mean?
Terrible!
That's Eric Freeman.
Oh my god.
And based on what I've read, the casting of the killer, Ricky, in part 2, came down to 2 actors, Freeman and some other poor schmo. And the other guy had more experience, but the producers went with Freeman because he was better looking.
Come on, he probably killed your movie. Just he killed the garbage guy.
Yeah, this video's over...
He's garbage.
This video's over 10 years old. Over 11, actually, and look how many views it's got.
Almost.
Most-
7 million.
Most people have seen this clip as opposed to seeing the actual film. It just blew up and became popular, but that's a brief example of Eric Freeman's acting. Delivering lines is hard, emoting is hard, and I do not think I'm a great actor, but I could act this guy off the stage if I was challenged to. I am convinced of that, and I'm probably sounding too full of myself, but I'm just saying, compared to this motherfucker, yeah.
Looks terrible.
It is, but despite that, I do recommend it, because it is his bad acting that makes this movie hilarious. It will be a blast, trust me. I recommend even you see it. After you've seen the first one, of course.
One day.
Well, have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Enjoy. Don't get killed by Santa.
Santa's coming with an axe to chop you up and drag your bleeding ass to town.